Tim, we left our third daughter at Disney World one time.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Left the park. Had to go back in and
No,
get
you
her.
didn't.
Yes,
No,
we
you
did.
didn't.
Yeah, I asked her.
Oh my God. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Overlap Podcast, where we dive into the intersection of work, fitness, family, faith, parenting, and leadership. We believe that growth in one area of your life fuels growth in all areas of your life, and that's why we're committed to taking the lessons we've learned from business, breaking them down into simple, actionable insights, and empowering small business leaders, really everyone, to thrive, not just survive. So, how's it going, Keith?
Going great.
Yeah?
I'm getting ready for a week of travel.
Okay.
Going to Boston.
You do love travel.
It's always great to go where Benjamin Franklin is.
Benjamin Franklin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, Boston is one of the most historic.
I thought Benjamin Franklin was in Philadelphia.
But he was in Boston a lot.
Was he?
Yeah. I got to
You're probably right.
drink at the pub that he drank at in Boston. I got to stand in the church that George Washington addressed. I got to stand in the circle George Washington stood in to address the Tea Party.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
I got to walk. I got to trod the paths of our forefathers.
Okay.
And so I'm going to do it again, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Did you feel more learned after?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt.
Boston is kind of an amazing educational mecca for the U.S. I mean, Harvard, MIT, Boston College. What else?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff there.
All kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's nice in the summertime. It's a pain in the ass in that late winter, March, April. Ugh, just wet, cold, nasty.
You know what I'm going to? You're going to laugh at me.
Where are you going to?
A sustainability conference.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I'm going to the sustainability
it's very
conference,
important,
man. It is.
Very important.
We've got to be sustainable. And we've got to create, as creators, we have to create things that lend to it.
Yeah. Well, you would know more about
whether
that than
you
me.
stand, whatever side you stand on. It's good.
I do like clean water
yes.
and clean energy and all that stuff.
Right.
I just know that India and China are a much bigger deal than we are. So.
Oh yeah, but I think you still have to do what you can on those fronts.
I'm sure.
No, I'm not one that's gonna say, go all in that we could make a difference, like make a huge difference. But I think you can. A little bit goes a long way a lot of times.
I wonder if we asked the sustainability conference if we just started producing more energy here, methane, liquid natural gas, oil, all of those energy, products, coal, even. If that would be better for us to just go ahead and do that because we produce it cleaner. And,
right.
And much more regulated than the rest of the world. And it's not like we're going to shut off the energy or the consumption.
Well, it would require the academics to take down their guard to answer correctly.
Yeah, I just think that there's
I think that
they got a real myopic viewpoint when it comes to those kind of things.
Right. I think that everything is data to them until you make it lean to the right.
Yeah, they're all smart enough to know that you can make the data kind of say whatever you want.
Correct. Yeah.
That's all right. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
Well, I mean, kind of. If you are more sustainable, the seasons are more.
Oh, that's
better.
Okay. Well, the concept today, and let's see if you can weave that in, is that a concept you and I have been talking about pretty much this year, is that everything has a season. And it sounds trite when I just say that. It sounds like, well, duh. What are we even having a podcast about that? Why would I even listen to this? And just listen up. And it's all stuff that, listen, if you're listening to this podcast, everything we're saying is stuff that you know. We're not cracking the secrets of the universe here. But what we are doing is reminding you of the basics that are going to help you be better. And this one in particular is just giving you some perspective that if you find yourself with less time, more busy, or whatever it is, not able to do the things that you were normally doing, it's probably just a season of life. Fair?
Well, as we talked about the other day, on the podcast, one of the latest episodes, a couple back, you may want to check you're busy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing.
Are you being busy instead of productive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You may want to check that. But as you were demeaning me today because I didn't show up to the gym.
I did not. Scott did.
I know.
I left you alone. I actually messaged you in a separate message.
I know. Well, and you actually made me feel better about it a little bit.
Because it's just a season.
It's just a season. And sometimes you have to pick on purpose the things that you let slide.
Yeah. And
that's hard. It's hard, especially I think I've talked to you about this, and this will be a good kind of segue into seasons. I am so sick of optimization. It makes me feel like such a failure.
You were such an optimizer.
No, I mean, I do.
You're on the optimization train.
I do love it, but I am exhausted with it.
Okay, tell me why.
Wake up here. Put your red glasses on here.
Oh, yeah.
Close your blinds here.
Yeah. Look, I think it takes real maturity to take a step back and create hierarchies of priorities. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take fitness, right? You could go down a 10-hour rabbit hole of all the methylated freaking vitamins you need, and then all the different peptides. What are some other stuff? Just whatever. Collagen, although probably pretty good. The cold plunges, the freaking saunas.
Hey, our buddy Chris Estes.
Yeah,
he is
the king of accessories.
He is on the peptide train right now.
Yeah,
yeah. He thinks a peptide fixes every ailment.
Yeah, well, maybe it does, but to land the plane on all this, the hierarchy of priorities are: 1, I'm 46 years old. 2, I'm not a professional athlete in any way, shape, or form, but I like to be fit. 3, I'm very busy with 3 kids, few businesses, active social life. So I just don't have time for all of it. You know what I have time for? I've got time to make it to jiu-jitsu 3, maybe 4 times a week if I can make that work. But if not, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Go to the gym 4, maybe 5 times a week. I have created a pretty good environment where it's just easy for me to walk out of my office and go do that. But, there's that. You've noticed this season of my life has gotten pretty busy, so I just go earlier like we used to do, when we were busy then. And then I try to get X amount of protein per day. That's kind of all I've got capacity to do, and it's just going to have to be okay for now.
Yeah.
I think it takes maturity to take a step back and go, I just don't have time for all that other crap. Maybe I will in 6 months or next year, but right now I'm kind of grinding.
Well, and I've kind of done that with the things that I'm building.
Yeah. Yeah, you are actually working more than I've ever thought possible for you.
And so I've had to lay some stuff that I was working on, and I had to prioritize. And this may be a good thing for seasons. Is there stuff in your business that you have to prioritize out right now?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
And put it on the back burner and say, it's a great idea, but I can't flesh that out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we got plenty of those.
And let me tell you what I saw. Because of and I called it procrastination, but it was not procrastination. It was purposefully setting it to the side. The fact that I set one of the products that we were developing to the side and waited, it allowed me to see the market better to where I needed to change it anyway. And so a lot of the things that we think is new and innovative and the things that we think that we have to do right now, it can serve itself sitting on a shelf for a bit.
Yeah.
And you to look at the scope of what it actually fixes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I want to tell you about my friend Wes Cody. He's the president of C2 Wealth Strategies, a financial advisory firm dedicated to providing personalized solutions for your financial needs. Wes and his team of professionals are passionate about helping clients create wealth and achieve financial freedom. At C2 Wealth Strategies, they believe in taking a holistic approach to financial planning and are committed to building long-lasting relationships with their clients, ensuring their financial well-being every step of the way. Don't leave your financial future to chance. Contact Wes and C2 Wealth today at c2wealth.com to schedule a consultation. Let Wes and his team help you build your financial future.
If you're a small business owner looking to take your business to the next level, listen up. My good friend Chris Francis has spent over 20 years growing his tree care business to national success. Now he's partnered with Rick Miller, you've probably heard him here on the podcast before, Harvard MBA, and business consultant to create Roadmap for Growth, an online course to help you scale, build teams, and create systems that last. It's not just for the tree industry. This course applies to any small service business. Check out treebusiness.com or hit the link on the Overlap homepage to learn more. Speaking of seasons, it hit me big, and there's two. It hit me big, and I actually still talk to younger guys and have these conversations. So I'm married. We're having a great time. Everything's going great. And dating and up to marriage and first couple of years of marriage is all a certain kind of way, right? One kid comes, it changes some things, but we're still moving all right. Second kid comes and life gets real busy, right? Especially in our house with my wife, a little bit more traditional kind of deal going on where I'm working and she's doing, she's still working too, but like trying to be like the best mom she can and all that stuff. And it kind of started getting under my skin that like, I'm not getting enough attention or whatever, right? I couldn't put my finger on it. And I had a friend, Steve Bousquet. He's been on this podcast, a little bit older than me. And I was kind of complaining about it one day. And he goes, "Hey, dude, it's not about you right now. It was before, but now things have shifted." He didn't say this is a season, but that's what I caught. I was like, oh my God, it's not about me. She's raising two kids. Holy crap. She's got so much. I have pressure to provide. She's got pressure to be the best mom she possibly can.
And let me say something right now. I remember going from 1 to 2 kids.
Oh, it's exponential.
Going from 1 to 2 children is a lot more than 1 to 2.
Yeah, I know. It's exponential.
It's 2 children made me question life.
I know.
It made me question what I was doing with my life.
It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's a big deal.
Well, think about it.
You're playing man defense.
Both of you are on it.
Yeah.
With 1 kid, you can hand them off. Hey, can you do this with Johnny? 2 kids? No.
1 kid is cute, nice, and fun.
Yeah.
2 is chaos.
Yeah. 1 kid's like a pet. 2
yeah, maybe.
What about 3,
maybe.
guys? What about 3?
3.
It's just crazy.
3 I never recognized. I left my third one places.
Yeah, 3rd. By the time you get to the 3rd, you're just worn out. Or at least I was.
Tim, we left our youngest, our 3rd daughter at Disney World one time.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Left the park. Had to go back in and get her.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
no,
we did.
You didn't.
Yeah, I asked her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
Ava's young too.
Yeah, she's young.
Yeah. So, golly, I bet she freaked out.
She really
didn't care.
She's the kid that, she went to Spain for a month by herself.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tim, the 3rd one's always the free spirit. They're fine.
Yeah, your usually 3rd kid's going to be
fine. Well, because they've just been usually brutalized by the older kids.
Hey,
they're just happy to be free.
And go ahead and get your middle kid a BetterHelp subscription. And just get them a BetterHelp subscription and let them figure it out.
Yeah. But so that's a season, right? That's a season. It just is, and the kids get older and I got refocused back on looking towards the future going, hey, these kids are going to be gone before too long. We need to be, making sure that we're going to be good whenever they're gone. Also, it's important for us to have time together. So the kids are, now that they're old enough to sort of recognize this stuff, that we're doing things together, without them, there's another season, right?
Sure.
And just everything
I think
has
if you look at
seasons.
a lot of relationships between husband and wives, they lose themselves if they don't connect when the kids are older.
Yeah. And listen, Keith and I are not the people to get marriage advice from. Just take this as a grain of salt for the context of seasons, okay?
Grain of salt in that I have multiple marriages. So,
yeah, there you go.
So maybe I'm not. Yeah. Sid doesn't. He knows long-suffering more.
I'm just able to put up with more. Or she's able to put up with more.
I think it was
yeah, that's probably her. Right. I think raising kids is seasons. Yeah. Early on, you're kind of watching them and keeping their hand out of the fire and all of that stuff and teaching them to tie their shoes. But then you move on. And I think I've done this with all my kids is they start to get to a certain age where they're going to make a mistake. It's not going to be catastrophic. And then you just you let them go ahead and start making some mistakes.
What is that? Is his name Eckhart Tolle?
Yeah, Eckhart Tolle. Yeah.
He always says most of the worries that we have in life about the future is exactly that, made up in our head.
Yeah, made up in our heads.
Never happens.
Mm-mm.
However, I look at your professional life, and just since I've known you, I've seen you go through, like right now, I see you going through a season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Work life.
Me too.
Yeah.
Work life.
Yeah, I've never seen you work this hard. I saved it.
You can't imagine. Dude. You can't imagine how many questions I've gotten.
Oh, I can.
From our listeners that see me out and about in town and go, "Well, what are you doing now?"
Yeah, yeah.
We keep hearing that you're,
yeah, I get
working hard.
Well, I'm just happy that when people ask me, hey, so what does Keith do? I've got kind of an answer now. For a long time, I was like, I don't really know. Well, I thought you guys were friends. I was like, we are. We're pretty close. I see the guy every day. You don't know what he does? No, I'm sorry. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Man, everything has a season. If you can recognize that, then you can have confidence in making the call that you need to make. That maybe this is the season that I can't go to every workout that I want to. And our workouts are workouts, but they're social gatherings too. There's where my friends are.
Right.
You know?
And to be real honest with you, if I have to work out by myself, I make excuses not to go.
There's that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because if you ask me right now, Keith, could you go work out? I would have to say yes. But the fact is I would have to go work out right now at a time by myself, and I'm choosing to let that slide.
Yeah, and it's okay.
I mean, yes.
It's not the end of the world.
I could go at 6:30 tonight to a class.
Yeah, forget that.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that.
I could go do jiu-jitsu at 6:30.
Yeah, I like the class. I like those guys.
I do too, but I'm
mentally exhausted.
By that time, I'm mentally exhausted.
Those guys are grinders.
I mean, I was mentally exhausted before I worked a lot. I can't imagine doing it now.
Yeah.
Because I am not physically spent by that time, but emotionally, verbally, believe it or not, and you know how much I love to talk.
Yeah.
I'm out of words by like 6 p.m.
Yeah, I want to shut it down by then. I don't know that I'm going to have a consistent night class season of my life, but I guess I'll never say never, but it's not right now.
Right.
It's not right now. I'd rather get up early.
Yeah, me too.
So
I mean, and I could have got up early this morning, but I chose to go see Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, well, you know, how often do you get to see that?
Not very much.
No, I like Morgan Wallen.
Oh, I have mad respect for him when he sits at the piano and plays.
Really?
Yeah, he sat at the piano and played last night and then sent his band off, and it was him and one guy with a guitar, and it was flipping awesome. Now, I'll be real honest with you. The bro country stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I struggle.
Yeah.
So bad.
It sounds like ChatGPT created it.
Yeah.
But he's got some songs that I like.
However, band alert right here. The War on Drugs, go listen.
The War on Drugs, you said that. Yeah.
Go listen right now. Cut this podcast off. Hey, let me tell you about a friend of the show called Content Fresh. Since they've taken over our social media for the Overlap podcast, we've seen incredible growth. When you combine the growth from all social platforms, we're looking at a massive increase of 2,235%. This partnership has truly transformed our reach and engagement. If you're passionate about growing your business, partnering with Content Fresh could be a game changer for you. Go to overlaplife.com and click on sponsors today.
I want to take a moment to talk about someone who's been instrumental in my personal and business success. That's Johnny Barranco and his team at Barranco & Associates. For over 7 years, Johnny has been my go-to accountant and financial consultant. I can tell you that he's more than just a tax preparer. Johnny takes a holistic approach to all my financial dealings, aligning them with my long-term plans and personal lifestyle. I've recommended Johnny to several friends throughout different business groups around the country, and the feedback has been nothing short of exceptional. His expertise and service are top-notch. So if you're looking for someone who not only prepares your taxes, but also helps you strategize for the future, Johnny and his team at Barranco & Associates are the ones to call. Trust me, you won't regret it. So contact Johnny Barranco today and take the first steps towards financial peace. You're not going to regret this. So everything has a season, guys and gals, and that you just be aware of that and give yourself a little bit of grace or give yourself a little bit of a push. Like, now is the time. I've got a little more free time. Now is the time that I get X, Y, and Z in order, or now is the time for whatever, right?
Yeah, it comes down to priority. What is your priority and why do you have it? What are you highlighting?
Yeah. I do think there's just a natural order of things. We get busy, we get slower, we get more busy, we get slower, we get whatever. And there are seasons in life that you need to just adjust to them. And your schedule's not going to always remain the same. Nothing is static. And you just need to be able to pivot and operate through those seasons and just get the best out of each one of them. And all of them are there to teach us something.
Like in all areas of life.
Yeah.
Marriage, parenting.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I was talking to a family this week and their kids are the most active kids I believe of it. I mean, they play every sport.
Ooh,
they do every church event. They do every, and I'm like, and then they were talking to me about not getting to spend time with one another. And I was like, well, you're not going to.
Yeah.
Right now.
So you might have to say no to a few things.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know that my kid needs to play 3 sports at one time.
Well,
but maybe. I don't know.
Here's my soapbox.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
If your kid's in the 10th grade playing rec league, he probably ain't going to be able to do it long term.
He can just drive himself to the game.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
You don't even have to go to that game.
No, it's
because it's not, you're not going to see him play
it's
the
a
next
social
level.
event. Yeah.
And I know the story, Michael Jordan, 9th grade, but he did kind of highlight in the 9th grade. If you've not shown that by the 10th, 11th, and you're playing rec league basketball, stop. Mm-hmm. Have a talk with your kid. I love you, but you're not good at this. Yeah, we're not here for parenting advice either, and no one is unclear on how Keith's first marriage didn't last. If little Johnny is 98 pounds wanting to play varsity football, no, he's not.
even if he's in the 7th grade, it's probably not working.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything has a season. Just be aware of it. This quick was a reminder of a discussion that Keith and I have been having, and just wanted to kind of bring that to your attention and allow yourself to have a little grace that you might be busy right now. You might be slow. I don't know. But just try to be aware of what it is.
Yeah,
give yourself the best of what you got.
And be willing to give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I got. I need to get out of here. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening.
Peace.